Hello, testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Can anybody hear me? I can hear you, Humphrey. Nighthawk, did you get the invitation?
Hey, Humphrey. Oh, Gary says, he says, I'll start in about 37 minutes.
Okay.
So good. Hey, Humphrey. Okay.
Hello? Hi.
There we go. Okay. I think I have myself muted now, so you won't get me twice. Now I'm lost.
Nighthawk, are you there?
Hey, Joshua. Okay. Humphrey, you're on, and I'm on.
Does anybody want to draw or something?
I don't have, my camera doesn't work on this. For whatever reason, my iMac does not like my camera. And my iPad is charging. Otherwise, I would draw.
Okay.
Let's see. Gary says he'll start in about 37 minutes. Let's see. Josh says, what you doing? Humphrey, what are you doing?
Just waiting for more people in Nighthawk.
Oh, what have you been doing today? Like I had to pay bills.
Yeah, I did a little bit of work in the backyard, and I was going to draw, but I didn't know Gary was going to be on early.
Okay. My backyard's still mud. So, although I do have flowers coming up. We had a lot of rain. So I'm in about 1.5 inches of mud. See, Bullet says he's waiting. Or she. So At least everything's going green. The Nighthawk hasn't showed up yet. Okay, Mighty says send the link to at MightyGeek21 on Twitter. I think you just put the Hangouts up in the chat, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay. Assuming my gender, yeah, I know. Well, let's see. What else is going on? Not sure what happened with Gary. Bullet says he's trying to get work done. No, you're not. You're watching this. Let's see. Mighty Geek says it's not working for me. If you click on the Hangout chat there at Mighty, it's not working. And
You don't have a Twitter.
here, let me see. I've got Twitter. Let me see if it'll work. Huh. It says the Hangout, the link isn't working. Okay. Because you could just put it in the stream so anybody could come in. Let's see. Yeah, Humphrey, you don't have Twitter?
No.
No, I didn't think so. Okay. Now I'm at 20% now on my iPad, so. Okay. Joshua says if you look at the stream, you can listen and talk and not have to look at the chat and type. Okay, Nighthawk says I'm here. My thing is still just loading. No, Twitter's not working for me. Can't get it to load. Stay off of it. It's a giant waste of time. The only reason I'm on it is for keep in touch with a few people and to get invites for some shows. Other than that, I don't use it. Because it is. And I blocked a lot of people. I just don't need the kind of crap. Hey, Nighthawk says he's trying to get into the Hangouts. How come I just got in? I just clicked on the link. Joshua says he only uses Twitter for Cult of Raven chat. So yeah, I only use it for a few things. How's the Cult of Raven going, Joshua? You guys going strong? Oh, don't ask, Bullet. Otherwise you'll be indoctrinated. Joshua Heels will give you the link.
When is Gary going to do the art challenge?
Let's see. He said, about 37 minutes. So, and I don't have a timer on when that was on my Facebook.
So he's not going to do it at night. He's going to do it 37 minutes.
Yeah. Oops. Here we go. How did I... Oh, Cat stopped following me after I left. Yeah, we've got a few members. I was in, but got out. Okay. And Josh says, I added you back, though. And hey, Pixel, I saw so many Raven cosplays at WonderCon. but the Starfire cosplay was hot. Wow. Was that the one picture I saw? It might have been on Facebook. There was one that put up. She looked pretty good. I have never been to a convention, so comic book convention or anything, so I won't know. Said she was orange and had a suit pretty much glued to her body. No, actually, her suit was kind of loose at the bottom toward, at her rear end. It didn't look quite right. Let's see. Nighthawk says I need the link. Humphrey, what are you doing that you're giving the wrong link? See, Pixel says you saw more Raven cosplay than Starfire cosplay because there are more Raven fans than Starfire fans. All right, Humphrey, Starfire or Raven?
Starfire.
Okay. You will make Pope Fire very happy. Pixel, how was WonderCon? Joshua says, did you hear EVS join the Cult of Raven? It was good fun. Bullet, never. Let's see. We got 7 people watching. Hey, we only got 3 likes. I guess I should put mine in.
I already put my like in.
Oh, Evan Von Scriver did. There we go. Yes, that's right.
All right.
Yeah, I think Pope was really upset at you for doing that, Joshua and Evan. So, oh, we got Nighthawk in here too?
Hello.
Oh. Briar says can't use Hangouts with Foxfire. Okay, I didn't know that. I just got Google Chrome. Okay. Nighthawk, you in?
Okay, let's try now. You guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, my browser went crazy on me when I connected. Oh, man. So, yeah, WonderCon was pretty awesome. There were a lot of creators. I wanted to see more people, but we only had one day, and it went by so quickly. It's unfortunate. You go to these conventions, and especially when they're out of town, unless you get a hotel, you're really only going to be there for like a day.
Okay.
And yeah, 7 hours went super fast.
Mighty, how are you?
I'm all right.
Well, that's good.
So what's on the docket today?
I think we're talking about WonderCon.
Ah,
Your show, we can do it. You can do whatever you want. I can't.
No,
so
we
did
can't
you
hear
go to
you.
WonderCon? I said, did you go to WonderCon?
Yeah, I was at WonderCon. Oops, Sorry, my audio freaked out there. Yeah. So yeah, I wanted to go to WonderCon, met up with a bunch of people there, and had a pretty good time. Can't hear Nighthawk at all.
No, can't hear him. And Joshua says Gary's art challenge will be protected by the Cult of Raven. Pope Fire will not be allowed to make it about Starfire every week. He knows who would, too.
Well,
Nighthawk, I think something's up with your microphone because you're trying to come in, I can tell, but nothing's working.
All right.
So where's WonderCon located at?
It's in Anaheim, California.
Okay.
So right
Never
across
been
the
to
street from Disneyland. Gotcha. Yeah. The convention center has pretty good parking, but once you get a large enough event in there, it gets really overpacked. And so Sierra Whiskey and I were actually driving around for about an hour to get parking before we finally got a place to park.
You have to have those tickets bought a year in advance or so?
So WonderCon, you can actually get them within a few months of the convention. And I think the Saturday show sells out pretty quickly, but the entire like 3-day or 2-day, I think it's 3 days, you can get those pretty much right up to the point when the convention opens. I'm registered as a professional though, so I actually get my badges for free.
Okay. All right. See, Nighthawk's got his weapons of choice over there.
Excellent. Kind of looks like Iron Man with a goatee.
Okay, someone's phone is going off, and it's not mine.
yeah.
Because mine sounds like Knight Rider.
Yeah.
I've got the Airwolf theme on mine.
Ah, that's funny.
Oh man, I've got He-Man and the Masters of the Universe on mine.
Excellent.
With a backup
Yeah,
from
mine-
the theme from the Galaxy Rangers and a few others.
So who was all there at WonderCon? I think Art was there. I saw pictures of
Art
Art.
was there.
Mike.
Art, Mike, Eric Needletowski,
Okay.
Matt Cosson was there wandering around. Kim Lee was there wandering around as well, so I got to meet up with him. Got to meet Tag, who is Art's assistant.
Right.
There were a number of CG people, just like fans and people we recognize from chats and stuff that were out and about. And then actually what I didn't know, one of the campaigns that just got listed on IndieCron, A Tale of Mice and Fur, I think it is, or Fur and Mice. I think it's Fur and Mice. Anyway, that guy was apparently at the convention as well, but I didn't realize it. Otherwise, I would have gone and just shook his hand, supported him and everything. But it's so huge. It's nowhere near what San Diego Comic-Con is, but it's still big enough that you can walk right past somebody and not realize they're there. Because the Artist Alley is so big, and then you've got a massive convention space with a lot of people in it. But it was a good time. We're looking at having a ton of people in San Diego for San Diego Comic-Con. I know like Mike has a booth there every year. I think Art Tuber is coming down. He's going to have a booth. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Doug TenNapel will be here just to attend the con. He won't be exhibiting, but he'll be in town. Most of the people that were at the convention up north will be down here. So there's going to be a large number of people. I don't know how many yet, but I'd probably say about 20 CG-related people at least.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Kansas City just had Alec, did Kansas City have one comic book convention or what, toy or Comic Con? Okay. I need to bring my husband on more often. He knows comics and movies. Yeah, but we weren't able to do that. Otherwise, Omaha, I think, has one every year. And anything after that means
there's 3.
What?
Yeah, I said here in Chicago, there's 3. There is C2E2, Chicago Comic Con, and a little thing they call Cake, which is about independent comic creators around Chicago.
Okay. Okay. I have been to Chicago, been downtown.
Is anyone going to Star Wars Celebration?
I have
Nah.
money.
Where is it?
Chicago.
I haven't made any plans to go to it.
Is that event sold out?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure? Yeah.
But like EVS and some of the Star Wars channels that they're going to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On which side? Because I don't think a lot of them like Star Wars.
Yeah.
EVS is a big Star Wars fan. So
Oh yeah, he'll be there with the trebuchet trying to knock everybody else out of the park.
we know this.
Too.
Yeah. That's what we expect from Ethan. That's the thing. Nobody else gets that.
I can't. I can see him showing up with a dump truck or something and giving a $20 or a shot. You know, shove you over the convention center.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see him doing that.
Either that, you could put a pumpkin in with what's her name, or all Star Wars people, and pumpkin, but junkin pumpkins. Get one of those in.
Well, in the Midwest United States, you can't do pumpkin chunking until after Halloween.
Sure. Okay, watermelons. Well, that might come across as racist, right? So maybe not.
Might. It might. It depends on who you hit with the watermelon.
I can't imagine that would hurt, really. See, Humphrey says this is his new website, and there's a so click on that link, check it out. Okay.
As long as you don't hit a cop with it, you're all right.
Yeah, let's not hit cops. Let's not hit cops. Let's see. I've been to Chicago because my son graduated from the Navy up there. So we spent a few days, for camp. So, so I went to his graduation and got to spend a couple days there. So that was a week, because I got to spend a week there. So Chicago is really nice. Got to go to a couple museums and stuff like that. So what's the next con coming up, Pixel?
For me, it's going to be Comic-Con, San Diego.
San Diego's the next one? I guess the next one.
Yeah, that's the next one I'll be attending. I'm sure there are a few other ones in between, like in smaller venues and stuff, but yeah, San Diego will be the next one I attend. Although for other conventions, I'll actually be going to a gaming convention up in San Francisco Memorial Day weekend. So that's with a couple buddies of mine for a game we've been working on. We're going to do some test playing and stuff and see how it goes.
Okay, what kind of game you got?
It's a tabletop war game, kind of in the same vein as 40K.
The only ones I've got are my husband's got are the deck building. Yeah, you've got the Marvel deck buildings.
Okay. Gotcha. So, cool. Yeah, our game basically allows people to use their old models from like 40K and repurpose them for our game. We don't force people to use our models. We've got a couple different vendors that we've worked with that have provided a few different demo models for us. So we got a couple painted up and everything. Actually, see if I can find the pictures. The pictures look amazing. Some of the stuff we've got, but we've got a table set up. We're going to be showing off the game and getting some feedback, playing it with people to see how they like it, and take the feedback and retool the game. And then hopefully sometime later this year, early next year, we'll have additional artwork and stuff completed for the book, and then we're going to try to republish it.
Okay,
So,
cool.
I don't know if we're going to do a Kickstarter or Indiegogo or whatever for it. The other guys are not. They're not against CG. They just don't know much about it because that's not their thing. So I was thinking about trying to push them through CG and see if they want to do it, but I haven't decided on it yet.
It works for you and you're yeah. Nighthawk, I can see your drawing. Looks really good. Yeah, do what works for you guys.
Yeah, and that's just it. They like the gaming community, especially tabletop gaming guys. They don't care about all that stuff. They're more focused on painting their models and doing their stuff. It doesn't really mean much to them.
Yeah,
but,
I know the gaming guys. Like, yeah, they don't care. They just want they want a really good game with some good parts and some good playability, and they're happy.
Exactly. Yeah, and Kickstarter seems to be the preferred medium or preferred platform for games in particular. So if we do go the crowdfunding route, which I kind of lean against just because I don't like being like owing people stuff kind of thing, I would much rather get the game out there, have it play tested, and then just try to release it and let people play it. But we'll see what happens. It'd be nice to get some money in the pocket after they've worked on this game for years.
Yeah,
just, trying to fix it up and stuff. I'd love to help them get some exposure.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, most of them use the Kickstarter, and I think both platforms are fine. It's whatever works.
Yeah. Now the interesting thing is, because I'm building indie focused with Edwin and Ben, I think it's an option. We are going to have a crowdfunding component built into that site, so we may try to crowdfund off of there and try to build it up some. The only thing is we don't have the traffic like the other two sites do, and so that's going to be a limiting factor.
Yeah, because the only thing. Let's see, Alec, you got what your Thunderbirds? It's not a role-playing game. It's a cooperative game. He got that one off the Kickstarter. That's
Gotcha.
really. Yeah, I don't think you've done a lot of games not off the Kickstarter. So, but yeah, if you want a lot of good fun games, role-playing games and board games and stuff, Kickstarter has a lot of stuff. What is it? I think Chester's the board gaming master.
Yeah, Chester's all over that.
Mm-hmm.
I play some tabletop games. I've done the Best of D20 anime series, Dungeons and Dragons. Man, a few friends turned the tabletop game into a fighting game.
Kind of left the table and went to war.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny.
It was funny. It was fun. It was fun to do.
Role playing for you guys is just wrestling around in my living room. This is how it is when I had my son here. Him and his boys, they have their magic cards. Sit there, they get in arguments and fights over stuff, and the next thing I know, the table's over.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, let me see here.
He's always a sore loser.
I'll tell you this: be careful with your rules. When you tell a player they can use their, when you tell a player they can use their imagination to create characters, make sure you put limits on that. Well, you might end up like me, permanently banned from World of Warcraft.
Whoa.
Let's see. Humphrey says, when will the indie focused website be ready, Pixel?
We don't know yet. We're still working on it. We just got the corporate structure actually filed and stuff earlier today, actually. So still got to go through a bunch of legal stuff. Got to have a bunch of paperwork signed and actually gone through to get all that going. The website itself is in development, complete overhaul. So it's not really going to look much like IndieCron. Originally, what I was planning on doing was taking IndieCron, just reskinning it and throwing it right up. But we've decided to go beyond that.
Okay.
So it's just going to take a bit. But on my screen, actually, I was going to share. I don't know if you guys can see these or not. They're a little small. Let me.
Let's,
That's cool.
Humphrey needs to. He's got it focused on
Hold on. I'll see if I can make these a little. There we go. My screen's a little bit larger now.
Oh, those are cool.
Yeah. So these are the models that we're using to demo with, and so these have been painted by a professional model painting company for us. And this is one of the races called the Vectimus, and the Vectimus are pretty cool because they take control of other species around the universe, and so we're using the same models here, but they could be whatever we really wanted them to be. They could be humanoid, they could be whatever. They corrupt different species and turn them into these like monster looking things. Yeah, so you never really know what the Vectimus really looks like. They control other people. So
those are really cool.
Yeah, I really like the way these came out. And then one of the other ones is Silitech. Hold on, let me scroll back up. And Silitech is a kind of like a cyborg, like robotics army. These guys here.
They just don't have Cyber Frog's attitude.
Yeah, not quite as classy.
Okay. Evan Von Scriber says, "Will Indie Focus support comics reform ratings?" I have no idea what that is.
I have no idea what that is either. Well, one thing I should say is Indie Focused is not going to just be comic books.
Okay.
It's going to be all things indie. So music, video, movies, that kind of thing, comics, games, books. We're planning on expanding the reach out so that it'll become more like an Indiegogo type thing, where we're just in support of creators in general. So we're taking. You saw what happened with Patreon with some of the creators there getting deplatformed that were conservative and whatnot. We're actually building up a Patreon alternative. So we'll have the Patreon components. We're going to have printing and fulfillment, but we're also going to have the Indiegogo type situation as well, where you can crowdfund directly off the site.
Okay.
So, yeah. So from the point of inception, where you go and you actually find people you want to work with, to the point where you're fulfilling the book, crowdfunding, and doing all of that, all of those capabilities. At least our goal is at the end of all this is to have all those capabilities rolled into a single site.
Well, you've got a lot of guys that are talented in a lot of things other than just comics and
Yeah.
Like that.
Oh yeah, and even in just CG in general, I mean, a lot of these guys have a lot more skill sets that they want to show off. They just don't know exactly how to do it. And if you put enough people together, there's a ton of really talented musicians that I've talked to.
Yeah.
And killer guitarists, drummers. I mean, Art T-Bear is a drummer. He loves that kind of stuff. I mean, imagine you've got like a project and maybe Art T-Bear was like, I'd really like to do drums on something. You hit him up and say, hey, I want to do an album or something, and you can convince him to play drums for your track or something. You never know. I think it'd be kind of cool. But the main thing we're doing with our marketing for Indie Focused, we're focusing on that INF. So asking people, what if? What if you want to do something like this? We can help you do it.
Let's know how long it took to paint all those.
These guys knocked these things out. I want to say it was only like 2 weeks, a week, something like that. They're using airbrush for a lot of the painting.
Okay.
But they did a killer job. Like this, it looks like it's actually lit, and it's just the way that they painted it. The overspray makes it look like it's highlighted. But I want to hold these things in my hands because those are awesome looking.
They are pretty cool.
I might have to steal one and bring it home.
Don't do it.
Technically, it's my company. I can be like, guys, this is mine.
There you go.
Don't do that, man.
First of everything.
Yeah. Oh well. I don't know. We got 3 of them. There's only 3 of us in the company. Maybe I can convince them that each one of us gets one. I put it right here on my desk.
Now, are those all like handmade or like previous, and then they were just made up to look that way?
So they were created by another company. I don't remember if all these models came from the same set or not.
Okay, so it was a set from someone else.
Right, there's a set from somebody else. There's a lot of different model creators out there that make these little figurines for Warhammer or for different tabletop games.
Okay.
And so we got a custom set of X number of pieces and then sent them off to these guys called White Metal Games who do painting professionally.
Okay.
And so they painted them up for us.
So it's easy to mass produce those if you get a lot of people interested.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
We could just point people to these guys and say, hey, if you like these models, go here to buy them. And what we would like to do is set up some kind of affiliate program or something so that we get a little bit of a kickback or something. But that's about it. You know, we don't really want to dictate what people use. This is just our vision of what these creatures or races should look like.
Okay.
Yeah. So you got these guys versus, you know, robots. And then there are other races and factions, whatever, in there. There's a couple of different humanoid factions, but there's also one called, the Primatari. And Primatari are actually primates. They're big ape-looking dudes. So you got monkeys and spacesuits and like mech armor and stuff. So it's kind of cool.
So I was thinking they look like General Grievous, but okay.
Yeah, these guys definitely do. They kind of have that face. It's the mask, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Speaking of Grievous, there was a Grievous cosplay at WonderCon too. Looked pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a Lego set I want that's like $40, $30, and it's only I have 157 pieces in it. Like, yeah, not happening. But it's a really cool set with him in there.
Oh man. All right, I'm going to kill my screen share here. Stop. There we go. I was actually trying to share my iPad, but it's not connecting to my Mac for some reason.
Gary's almost ready.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with him today. It sounds like just a lot of things got in the way.
Well, with all the things he's doing, you can't lose track of things.
Yeah, it's really easy to. Let's see. Hopefully Gary's idea of a Gary's Art Challenge takes off. Especially if Mike agrees to it. Let me see. We got Nighthawk working on his character here. See, Pixel, do you, Gary is a tracer. Pixel, do you need to do any drawing or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm working on a couple things.
Okay.
Like my avatar is actually one of my illustrations, but
Okay, cool.
yeah, I'm working on a couple pages right now for a few projects and trying to get some character concepts pulled together for one thing I'm trying to do. I've got a kind of a kids styled book that I'm working on that
Okay.
I'm trying to pull together, just not quite getting there yet. Let me see if I have the picture handy. I'll share one.
3-minute warning.
Screen share. Actually, no, I don't want to share that screen. Let's share that window. There we go. Share. Boom. So I still need to refine the style. It's not quite realistic enough yet. I've been trying to go in between I used to do like a very realistic style, and some of the stuff I've done I really like, but cartooning comes much easier to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to find that middle ground. So yesterday I was just sketching and trying to find a kind of a happy medium, and I'm not quite there yet. But this was something I was doing because I've got a book about a snail who is kind of like a Inspector Gadget type character where he can pull pretty much anything out of his shell. And so he's got these like robotic limbs, like hover utilities. So he's a space snail who gets rescued, and his shell is broken when he's rescued. And this little girl is a tinkerer who winds up helping him, like builds him a little shell. And over time, he gets upgrades and upgrades and upgrades. And the ship that they're on winds up getting raided. and the girl gets taken as a slave, and then he's left for dead on this derelict ship. And then pirates come along, and this is one of my ideas for the pirate. But the pirates come along and take him with them because they figure they can use him to like get into tight places and stuff. And as they're working together and using him to help them be pirates, he gets all these upgrades until he finds like an alien artifact that winds up being a really, really cool shell for him. And it gives him the ability to turn invisible. If you've ever watched Ben 10, I'm thinking kind of along the same lines where you can use this alien artifact for anything, but it can morph, it can do all kinds of stuff. And over time, it unlocks different abilities for him as he becomes better adept at managing the capabilities. So he can pull a gun out, he can pull out whatever he needs to do fighting. So he's got him. I've got a hamster that can pilot a mech suit. There's a bunch of little stuff.
So basically, what you're saying is his shell is an Omnitrix.
Yep, his shell is a bottomless bag of fun that I can pretty much go to as a MacGuffin for whatever I want. Yeah. So I've got a couple taglines for the book so far. For whom the shell tolls was one of them for the first arc. There was what else was there? There was Bat Out of Shell. There was basically anything you can think of that had hell in it. I was pretty much going for a Highway to Shell. Let me see. So the picture actually started with a different. Let me find the image real quick. Sketching, coloring. I had this illustration project that I was working on, and he was a mascot actually for the company that I was running. And then I hit the guys up like, dude, I love this snail. Can I please use him for something else too? And they're like, yeah, go for it. Like, cool.
Bullet Shell Games. Yep.
Here we go. Fred. There he is, Critical Snail.
That's cool.
Let me open this up real quick here, and then screen share again. So yeah, that's the original concept for him.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm
loving that.
I'm probably going to step a little bit away from this as far as the realism, but I'm going to go further real than what that last illustration was. So it's going to be somewhere in between the two. But yeah, that's kind of what I was going for there. It's just a fun kind of story about a snail that has an attitude.
I'm loving it.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, and it's kind of in the same vein as like a Earthworm Jim kind of thing. Or you just got this weird creature, and I think ultimately the size is probably going to be somewhere around the same size as like Baby Groot, or maybe even as big as like Rocket Raccoon, that kind of size. He's going to be fairly sizable because he's a space snail. He's not just a normal snail.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Otherwise, you won't have any place to put anything in the
right.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. Well, like I said, the shell is pretty much bottomless, and I think from some of the discussions, we're thinking about doing like either like kind of like a nanite or even just a liquid metal type alien technology, which doesn't have to really be explained. It just can do everything. So like it can form arms, it can form guns, it can form pretty much anything you need. Legs if it wanted to, or maybe it even rolls into a suit. But he's going to be able to fly around. He's going to be able to talk. I still haven't figured out the talking component yet. I don't know how he learns to speak. So I don't know if it's maybe an implant or maybe something the alien technology gives him, or if the little girl somehow gave him a little communication device. I don't know yet. But I want him.
I'm going to call Ethan.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got to figure something out.
Got the little headset on him. He should just be able to talk that way.
Yeah, maybe that's it. He says something, but he's gonna have teeth, so he's gonna be kind of cartoony that way, where he could smile at you and whatever. But I'm gonna have fun with it.
May the shell be with you.
Oh man. So one of the things also that I'm doing with this, which I think is going to be kind of fun, is because I want to play up that kind of rock and roll, just fun sci-fi kind of thing. I'm actually going to make a playlist, either on like Spotify or something, that it'll have a QR code. So as you're going through the book, you can scan a QR code for a specific section of the book, and you can get to the music for the book in that particular section or whatever. So you, like the introduction, he's flying through space or something. So you want kind of a cool space, whatever song, you can actually pull it up and and listen to the music as you go. Be kind of fun with it. But actually, do I have the QR code handy? I don't know if I do. Let me check.
Do you have a drawing of a little girl?
I have a sketch, but I don't know if I'm going to go with it yet.
Okay.
Actually, I don't even know where my sketch is right now. Let's see. Oh, I should share this too. This is something I was doing. I was in a meeting earlier, and instead of focusing on my meeting, I was drawing. Stop sharing. Let me share this one real quick. I have no idea what it is. Somebody said it kind of looks like a Predator mixed with like with Diablo.
Predator / Diablo / cockroach.
Yeah, that's
you,
true.
You remember the giant cockroach from Men in Black?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It totally looks like that.
Oh, that's funny. It looks like one of the guys from what movie is it? Oh, the spiders were going through and like destroying everything.
Arachnophobia.
No, it was a sci-fi one. It was on years and years ago.
Like Eight-Legged Freaks or something, or
No,
yeah, that's it.
it was
That's
it. Oh
That's it.
no, because they were going through like crabs and they were like, slicing people left and right.
oh, cool.
Yeah, that was.
No, it wasn't.
I think that was. No, it wasn't. That wasn't like Eight-Legged Freaks. I can't think of the name of it. I know what
Troopers or something like that. Huh?
2000s, about a bunch of a girl and a guy, and they were on a, I don't know. They had to fight them all. My kids were fascinated. It looks like one of those.
Mm-hmm. Most kids were fascinated with arachnophobia. They had no clue what it was about.
So would this be his main bad guy?
I'm not sure yet. I just was drawing this in the meeting. So the sidekick is a little hamster. And his name's Hammy, right now at least. I don't know if it's going to stay Hammy, but I had the name Hammy stuck in my head when I was thinking about creating the character. Let me see if I have a picture of Hammy handy.
Hammy's
pretty good. Yeah, let's see. Hammy. Here we go. Oh, we do have Hammy. Okay, let me open that.
Hammy hamster.
Hampton. Let's see. Go into here. Application window. Let's go into Affinity. Here we go. Back in here. Here we go. So this is the hamster. And he's trained by NASA. So like he's in space, he gets popped out of his little ball cage thing, whatever. And then they experiment on him. So they wind up modifying his brain and doing stuff to him while he's in space. And then afterwards, he's able to pilot a mech suit. So they put him through a simulator. And actually, this is kind of a mashup of sketches I was doing. These are like little credit card sized images that I had sketched up. But this image on the right is actually him in a simulator. But when I laid this out, I just made it look like he was actually piloting the mech at that point. Mm. That's why it goes from day 6 to day 8 and then day 9. But there's another scene where there's a guy being attacked by a monster, and basically the hamster gets deployed to the moon or to a planet or something to save the astronaut guy. But this is him showing up and then launching rockets at the dude. But, yep, that's the hamster. So I want to do something with him too. So I think maybe he winds up bumping into the snail somehow, or maybe he went rogue and is no longer part of NASA or something. I don't know. But I think it'd be kind of fun to have a snail and a hamster hanging out together.
Yeah. As long as
neither one is doing it, could have picked up the hamster along the way too when they got the snail.
That's true. They could have snagged his pod or something, and then
there's space pirates going through and taking over everybody's ships. They found him too.
Very true.
Very true.
And then they got to go rescue the little girl.
As long as our hamster isn't as psychotic as Rocket Raccoon.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Stealing somebody's leg, I think it'd be kind of fun. Illustration. What else do I got in here? I got all kinds of crazy stuff.
He needed it because he just wanted to see what the guy would say.
Yeah.
Add the Russian space dog. There we go. Yep, you gotta
So these guys right here. Hold on. Let me come back into my window. Share screen.
No, the first time I saw Guardians of the Galaxy, it was just like, what am I watching?
Cancel that. Wrong screen. There we go. These guys. So these guys were actually part of the game, but what we're doing is I think I want to use them as like bad guys.
Well, that'd be cool.
Yeah, they're called the Gorsk. So I think I might use these guys, and then there's also another race, like the monkey race and stuff. Because it's all sci-fi, spacey and stuff. I could take them and use them.
Yeah, Gary's live now.
Cool.
Okay. All right. No, those look really good. I like those.
Mhm.
They all work in perfectly with your story. They all same style, the same everything, you know.
Yeah.
And if you make it with 2 levels, an adult level and a kid's level, it'll really go over well.
It would.
Yeah, totally.
It would, because the character's already cute.
But yeah, if you give them an adult, you know, something, you know, then everybody can enjoy it.
Yeah, it's just like Looney Tunes, right? I mean, the kids could enjoy it, but every once in a while there was a wink and a nudge to the parents.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
Totally. I get you. All right, then. Well, if he's on, I'm going to go ahead and drop off and pop over there and watch what he's doing.
Yep,
So,
we're all gonna do that, I think.
We're all gonna do that.
Okay, take care, you guys.
Take care.
If you're interested in watching him.
All right.
Okay, bye.
See you later, Humphrey.